put like something else to it. But how's it going, everybody? I am the Zabin here on Broadcast Zabin here with more Fortnite, as you can tell. And we're gonna I want to review it one more time now that we're at the end of it. I probably should have titled it a bit differently, but I'll look at that later on. But wow, this season was a bit of a mess now, wasn't it? If you guys couldn't tell, it was all about time, or it said out of time, and I think I gotta sneeze. Sorry about that. As I was trying to say, the event was titled Out of Time, which it means that things are not, are misplaced from time. Not that there's certain event, you know what I mean? Out of time, I guess, in this case, mostly hints that, hey, everything that you see is, changing, because time is changing in different areas and such. I mean, again, the way that the season presented itself was, hey, I'm going to with the little time orb, we're kind of like the Infinity Stone, right? Even Kevin, the cube is I'm gonna consider an Infinity Stone. I don't think it's the Eternal Voyager. It would have to be. I can't find it now. It wasn't there. It is. It would have to be this one, since it's the other variant of the skin that. I mean, I guess technically, yeah. Oh my goodness, excuse me. I don't know why every dog wants to be knocking my door. But like I was trying to say, this is a variant of the Voyager, and then this one is a alternate version of that Voyager, because obviously, like, that's him. It's just presented differently. Like, why is it that the blue one is the only one that has the eyes, while the green and the red don't? Like, green has like some glowing on it. Well, I guess it's just so each one's different, but whatever. Blue one seems to be the best by far. Point is, in this event, the Time Orb brought back Dusty Depot, and the meteor that brought, well, pretty much the beginning of what we know of Fortnite. This is like, I don't know if this was the one, but I would have to say that this was the spike for Fortnite's growth, because every season before that wasn't as good, but it was, once this kind of happened and we were like, whoa, look at the potential and the stuff that they're doing, the map change, and then they were like, yeah, this is it. So we had quite a mess. So they had a bunch of stuff going on. You had challenges here that were like, hey, you need to go do this and do that, and they gave you the drift skin. I think, if you ask, in my opinion, the skins that were for the event are kind of scattered throughout the different seasons. Like, I believe this might have been like before the meteor. This was after the meteor. I don't remember this one. I mean, it kind of shows you in here. Did the music stop? The music stopped. Okay, I don't know how to fix that. But like, as you can see, there's just different stuff here. Like, I guess since they added this sticker slash sprays, that's kind of what you could say that one season kind of had. Worlds Collide and Road Trip is kind of the same, but they mixed it as like two separate. Because yeah, Rumble Royale is just its own thing, but like Blockbuster was definitely before the meteor, right? I know that because this was supposed to be the thing that had the superheroes and the villains, and then it was supposed to look like the villain was throwing a missile or something, but then the Voyager takes it over, It kind of bothers that there's no music playing. Music's still not playing. Oop. Music's still not playing, so I'm just gonna put my own. We'll go with the eerie Halloween one, because I really like that one. Plus Halloween's coming up soon. A meteoric rise, hinting like, hey, I mean, this is just the hidden skin, basically. Like, hey, look, can get me a more of a beefy version of the other guy. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, Boogie Down, like they just everything in the previous seasons. Like, there's a total of 8 here, I believe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Nope, there's a total of 10. How dumb can I be? There's a total of 10, and we're already on what, season 10? So you can kind of see like how previous seasons affected this one season. And of course everybody's gonna be pretty opinionated. Like the Dark Knight or Evil Knight, I think people called it the Dark Knight, from the previous Fortnite seasons that people liked, and he got like an upgrade. And of course you can see even this is like an upgrade of his original skin. My bro didn't like it. And then there's the Eternal Voyager, which was basically the season, oh heck yeah, basically the season with what was it? Oh my goodness, I can't remember what season this one was. I want to say this is the season where like dancing was like the stuff, or maybe when they added that it might have been when they added that dance mode. Whoops. Where you had to dance on the spots to capture them. DJ Yonder came in. He was in the season when they brought in the, I think that might have been during kind of the Christmas time. Either before or after that. But it was basically when they added the DJ area. It was when they added the DJ area. It might have been just because they wanted to have a DJ. They wanted something to support the DJ area. Again, her, when sprays were a thing, and then the 2 seasons. I don't know. I'm okay. I don't know. I think the skins are okay. Again, I would love to see like that one like Wonder Woman skin. I think that would be cool if they they did something with DC already. If they did more with DC in the future, go ahead and add Wonder Woman to it, because I think I'd buy. But the one that they had, that was for the Battle Pass, I really loved that one, and it sucks that I missed out on it. Anywho, I did call it. I think I might have called it out one time on the on a previous video of this, but it is the overtime challenge skins, because I was noticing that as I'd play through and I got all the challenges done that DJ Yonder didn't have one, and here it is. The Sparkle Supreme didn't have one, and here it is. And then lastly, the Voyager had one, and here it is. So it does have a lot of XP to offer. I mean, literally my bro doing one of these could easily complete it, and then he can get to level 65 because he's at 64, but 65 is the last, whoops, I keep going back and forth, is the last variant of the Ultima Knight, which is the red one. If you make it to level 65, you get his red variant, which isn't so bad. I think that's not so bad. But yeah, I thought this season wasn't horrible. There's a couple things I do want to say, and we'll just pop up the loading screen. Because for one, I really don't care too much about these skins. I'm like, maybe I'll go with the Sparkle, because why not? But one of the things that I really do just like about overtime challenges is that you do get the the wallpaper or loading screen of the season, always overtime, right? So it says we have about like 4 days to get this. I don't know if that's really accurate, since it says that the battle pass itself is like 3 days. Maybe the battle pass is incorrect. I don't know. Just throwing out that paper. But yeah, so I really do like this. I like the loading screens. That's always been something I liked ever since that they started doing that. They've probably been having that for a while, but I haven't really been too focused on it, because there's my reasons for having loading screens. It's usually not just if I like it, but usually because certain things. Like this one, I like. This one, I like. This one, I like, right? But also, it has the cuddle team litter. Right? This one, more so the cuddle team litter. Interesting. I mean, Christmas. Um, there's a bunch of other ones. Like, I could have done. I had this one for a while, but I was like, nah. But yeah, I can't even find any of the previous seasons now. Highly explosive. Is that what they added that game mode, highly explosives? And it was just those. I'm not gonna lie, I do kind of wish that they would bring back the homing missile. Is that what they call it? I can't even remember. It's been that long, but they took it out of the game. And in this one I like because it was to me like story based. Because ever since it seems like Fortnite had a battle royale had a story going on ever since the whole drift thing. Season 4, I want to say that's what it was. But yeah, I can't find any of the previous seasons. Wait, this should probably help out, right? Oh, here you go. Boom. Season 7, Season 8, Season 9. And there's no Season 10 or anything. I think Season 7 is when I really took the game, like, serious. Then again, Airplane was the best here. 8, 9, 10. Right? So... yeah, I don't know. I think... this is what I hear. For the next season, Season 11, the Epic Games, Fortnite, is going to have bots, right? Now, I've always heard people saying, this guy's a total bot, which I guess means that they're pretty easy to defeat. But, it says, articles that I've read and rumors are that Epic is going to have bots so that way if there's this kind of system where players who are not as good would go against bots, and then players who are good will be more oriented on other players. So I don't know how that's gonna turn out. I do feel like that might be something that people may abuse, maybe not. I don't know, but the whole idea that Epic has right now is figuring out a way so that players who are not as good as other players can hopefully be able to find a way to win a victory royale and such, because it is pretty hard. I won every season since season 5, I believe. Like, if I go back into... whoops, not loading, my bad. If I go to... because gliders are the best way to do it. So, my most... and this one I hate that it doesn't say it. And I think even the new one doesn't say it. It just says remixed and reimagined, which is kind of dumb, honestly. But I do have it as a favorite. I do favorite these, just so that way I can remember. But I believe Season 5 was the first time I've got a win. Then... Season 6 was this one. And Season 7, Season 8, Season 9, Season 10. Again, these should just either say it in the description or just say it in the title. Like, bask in Season 5 Victory Royale, then relax in the shade. Or, like this one. A forecast calls for Victory Royale in Season 7, or kick back and enjoy Victory Royale in Season 8. Like this one says, it says Neo Tilted's Finest, Season 9. Remixed and reimagined for Season X. Like, what was so hard for that? Like this one, it says spun from Victory Royale in Season 6. And this one's just a fabled victory umbrella. If you've ever won, this is the one you would get. And then this was Founders, so if you do have the, I believe you get this umbrella if you buy the Save the World. I don't know if it was for a limited time or what. But yep, older burgers. Yeah, I don't know, but one, I think they could have did the glider a bit different. At least, um, they could have done something. um, to just easily say that. Two, another. This one was kind of a pro and a con. People complaining about the brute, the mech suit in Battle Royale, which was annoying. And I'm not saying that the brute was annoying. I'm saying the people complaining about it was annoying. Because every time you would play, heck, almost every time that I played, right, I really do love the brute, the mech. It was awesome. It was a nice way. Again, you're saying for ways for someone who is not very skilled to try their best to win a victory royale. Like, the brute was the way to go. It's kind of like the plane in a sense. I know that the planes had, I believe the planes had a lot of health, and then when you would shoot it down, originally it wouldn't take so much damage, so it would take a pretty long time to shoot anybody out of the sky. And I think they changed it too, so if the plane exploded, you originally like got out first, and then it would explode. I think that's just me kind of having bad memory. But also, like, all that changed. Like, they're like, okay, we're just gonna make the planes a bit weaker. It felt really weak because everybody would shoot it down. But they made the planes feel kind of weaker, and then I was fine with that. Like, the planes seemed balanced to me because you were able to fly anywhere you wanted to. People were able to shoot you out of the sky should they want to, and such. The brute. At first, I mean, again, the brute, it was like this OP thing. They took it out. They changed it. I thought it was very well balanced because people, again, they could just come into it and then they could just blow it up, or they could just shoot it like most people normally would. Heck, sometimes you would actually end up shooting the person who's driving slash piloting the suit. And then if they get shot out, then it stays still, like nobody's driving it. And then the second person who's in it, either sits there, gets shot at while they shoot back with the suit, or they have to switch gears, get into the pilot's spot, which is unprotected, and then they would have to jump around and stuff like that. So I thought it was a fair thing. Like, again, if you're playing in like squad and duos, that's kind of the point of the thing, is that it's supposed to take two people to do it. If you're in solos and you see somebody do it, that's because they have like this mutual agreement somehow. And I know a lot of people find that as cheating. I mean, I think probably even maybe Epic Games themselves could see it as cheating. I'm not really sure what are like quote-unquote the rules of solo, but like used to say, like, once it was the last, I don't know, 5 people, and then their mech finally goes down, that they're not gonna just betray each other. Or not even that, like, there could be more people and the mech suit's like about to break. Like, who's to say that one of them's not gonna put self-destruct and then just screw over the other person, you know? Heck, even that was another thing. If you were in the mech suit and you put self-destruct, it would actually just self-destruct in a matter of seconds. Like, you weren't able to leave the cockpit before it happened. But then they switched it where you had, I believe, like an extra 2 seconds or something like that, which was more than enough time to get out of the mech, and then bada boom. So it does suck to see it go. It was awesome. I mean, the boost on it was slow. Like, you would boost one time, then you had to wait, then you had to boost again. Like, it was slow. The stomping on it did 70 damage. The rockets went from like 10 to 6, and those were slow, or at least got slower. The shotgun that it has, I believe it was pretty good, but then, you know, again, with all the damage and then all the stuff that they had to add to it to make it less OP, it seemed like such a fair thing to me. I don't know, but a lot of people complained about it, and it is kind of like I believe the last 2 weeks of Fortnite, I want to say, they've exploded every brute that came down. So if it ever fell, came down, spawned, whatever, it would just blow up. Like, there was no way that it was going to there was no way that it was going to come back and do anything. And it's kind of funny because I'm laughing at the building on the right side because it's like the upgraded wood wall. When like that has to be a like either pre-made, because like we can't upgrade walls here. Like you can repair walls but you can't upgrade walls. So anywho, this wasn't a bad season. I think very quickly I'm going to go to, I mean, it's kind of the same thing regardless. We're going to do a quick creative match to go over the everything that was in Battle Royale. Now, I remember watching videos of people being hyped and excited to see what was going to be the next map change in Fortnite during this season. And again, kind of the story-wise, the changes that would happen were because of the things that like that the Voyager, the new Voyager, was doing. So instead of like last time where he focused on getting the rocket to blast off and take him home, this time it was to go and, you know, change each area. So I guess you could say maybe it was two things. Either the new Voyager had evil intentions, or you could go with the B option, which was that the Voyager might have been going, you know, he was either trying to bring his home here or the other way around. Now, if this is what the next season is going to be, that the evil new Voyager succeeds in bringing his world over, we could definitely see an entire map change. You know, these are nice changes. You know, we got a Greasy Grove that, you know, focused on tacos, and what do you know? Tacos would rain from the sky, and every like minute or so you would have to dance, which causes players to heal even if they're in the air and they fall down. They will not die. And let's say you have maybe like 5 HP left, and you're down on the floor, you're crawling, you need to be revived, and the dance goes off, it actually revives all that health back, so that way you can actually live a little bit longer until your teammate comes and revives you. So I really did like Greasy Grove, and I know quite a few people hate it just because you could get in the middle of a fight, and then couple things, if you're fighting somebody who's outside, you know, pew pew, the person on the outside is going to get an advantage kind of to an extent, but also B, the person on the inside would have a healing advantage because they could just dance, and I believe any damage afflicted to them at this point does not count. Like maybe a headshot might, but I've heard, or at least what I believe, is if you're in there dancing while they're shooting at you, you're going to heal and not take any damage. I mean, if you take no fall damage, you might as well not take any gun damage, right? Let's take this. Perfect. Now, grappling gun is actually going to help us out a lot here. Because there's no rift here. I'm not really sure why. Maybe just because it's playground, they take out some stuff. But the next spot that we're going to go to is Gotham, because that's another area that changed. Again, this is one that was, is added because of a crossover. And it was a nice way to end things out for this season, too. But, everybody gets the Batman cape, right? If you don't have the Batman skin, then it doesn't connect to the cowl. Or if you get the wrong Batman, there's only 2 Batman skins that you'd pay $20 for. So you had 2 different capes, 2 different Batman skins. What else? A glider of the Batwing and a pickaxe. And my bro uses the comic one more than the Christian Bale one, so it's not like I'm gonna see that one very often. Um, Hopefully there's another grapple gun here. And what was cool about this one is you could glide whenever you want, which was like a feature back when, well, back when that was a thing. Back before they decided that should be an item, which I'm fine with. I mean, that's the thing. It should be an item. My bro Joey, I believe, he would prefer that you glide whenever you want to, but I honestly do believe that having it that way makes it just a lot easier and kind of bootleg. Like, it can screw some people over. So as long as you have it as like an item or something, then you're pretty much fine. Like, I think it's fair, because you should be able to take like fall damage and stuff. Because if you have the gliders, you're more likely gonna keep saving yourself. If you don't, then most likely you're just gonna end up, you know, let's see. If you have it and then you just jump down, right? You're gonna glide. If somebody shoots you down, you're gonna glide. So it makes it where you can go, yeah, if they have the item, then they can do that. And if they don't, then they'll just fall and learn from their mistakes. So that's just kind of my opinion. Anyway. Gotham, not bad. It's anything, it's better than going to Tilted Town. Now, Tilted Town was the location. They switched out Neo Tilted for Tilted Town, which I hated, because in Tilted Town, right, as you saw, kind of like with Greasy Grove, and you can see here that, you know, Greasy Grove, this the scenario was your situation, stimulation, whatever it is. You every couple like minutes or so, you would have to dance and you'd heal again. Then in Gotham, right, you can glide whenever you basically want. Right, it just has to be the Batman glider, and you have the Batman back bling. I think another thing that what ruined what was it? What ruined Tilted Town was the ability to not build. Trying to take this. So, okay, I don't need those. So you were in Tilted Town, right? You were not able to build. Like, you couldn't break anything. You couldn't build whatever you wanted. It was horrible. Like, I would always make sure never to go to Tilted Town because of that. So, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but ta-da, we're out of Gotham. Let's see. Let's go all the way to story. I think this is the last location to be added, kind of, I don't know what you want to say, storm-wise. And I don't know. I feel like it was not the best location. I mean, it's interesting, I guess, but it is not the best. If I don't know which what I would say is the best. I mean, I like Moisty Pond because you can go into your, what do you call it? You can go into your prop mode, and that would let you, Swan's laughing. You would go into your prop mode, and then that would let you basically hide, right? And that used to be something a lot of people actually hated, was people who would hide out the entire match, and then they would just kill the last guy to win. It's called a strategy, okay, guys? Battle Royale. There's no, like they kind of say, there's really no rules to war. I mean, there is some rules, I mean, or at least morally there is, but Fortnite wise, there's no rules, so don't get upset when somebody uses a brute on you and you die when there's like still 50 other people, because that's happened to me before, where people would call me out for using the brute with my bro, and I'm just like, bro, if you don't like it, then, you know, I can't help you. Alright, so this is Starry Suburbs. It says, reach for the stars. And the reason for that, in this section, hopefully, oh, there goes one over there, is there's supposed to be these little, you can kind of consider like the, I'm gonna call them droids, those little flying cargo, I think that's what it is. These little stars, they're really fat. You would open it up like a chest, and then it'll give you like some random weapon. Usually it's pretty good like that. Nah, I wouldn't say that, but usually it gives you a random weapon. You really can't see a lot around here. And that's the whole thing. It's just, hey, we kind of added a town with some rare stars that may or may not be there. Oop. Aha, see, here's another one right here. So far, maybe it's just because of the mode. I was going to say, so far it's been giving me gold weapons. But I'm realizing it could be the mode. Now, this is just a small location. Like, I don't know if this really needed to be here. I mean, there's another one up there. But, again, like, I don't really know if this was a location that needed to be added. Yeah, see, we got, like, a purple gun. My idea, or I wish they would have done it, was they should have changed Haunted Hill. Ooh. I know we're not playing actual battle royale, but I want it. Is well, not even just that. I gave a whole list, and this was Junk Junction was actually one of them. It was either change Snobby Shores, Haunted Hills, or Junk Junction. I mean, again, with the new season coming, and everybody saying that the mode is, or not the mode, the whole map's gonna change, then there's really no point in just saying, hey, change the one location, because they could change the entire map. I'm gonna go as high as we can, because I am moving on to the next, which is gonna be Dusty Depot, where it all began. Kinda, speaking. Technically, you could say it started at Loot Lake, but I'm gonna say it all started at Dusty, or at least that was the first location to return. I got a message from Swan, right? I got her doing the workout. She's on day 2. And then she has, well, it's not her baby, but she has, what do you say, like one of her nieces, I suppose? I don't know. I should probably ask questions, but I didn't. um, but she's like, oh, the baby's helping me. And like she took a picture of, the baby with the legs in the air. Like she's doing, leg lifts, which was task type of it, and it's planks, leg lifts, and crunches. Because crunches, you feel it a lot in your upper portion of your abs. While leg lifts, you're gonna feel a lot more. I feel, well, for me, I'm pretty sure it should be the same. Is the lower half of your abdomen. I don't know. I mean, there we go. Okay. What the? Wow, we lagged so hard that I didn't even know where I was. Okay. Kaboom. Kaboom. Okay. Dusty Depot. I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad as Dusty Divot, but apparently people did miss Dusty Depot. And I'm guessing maybe Epic Games probably two things. Either they missed it too, or they were just thinking the whole time, hey, what can we do to bring it back? What can we do to bring Dusty Depot back and still be connected via the season, you know? So they just brought it back. They used the little orb thing, right? They used the time orb, the time stone. I'm gonna call it that. Because the way, again, I believe I've said this before. The way that I see, oh my goodness, the way that I see, the orb that's in Loot Lake and the cube that's on the island is the time stone and the reality stone. Because if you remember, once, I mean, you could say that, oh, but the time stone could have been in the Kevin thing. And then that kind of reminds me, if that is the case, that this orb was inside, like, the cube the whole time, then it does remind me a lot of, like, Avengers Part 2. Um, because was it the soul? No, that wasn't the soul stone. That was the what stone was that? I can't remember. Vision, the vision stone. I don't remember what it was, but you had the stone inside of a different stone. It was no, it was inside the tesseract, right? Something like that. I don't know. So we're actually gonna go all the way back up here. Now, at least here, compared to like the previous season and such, you do get a pretty good idea of where the Voyager was stuck in. And it looks like his head had to be up there because, I mean, how did he... If it was the beefy boy, how did he even fit in that? Anyway, they brought back Dusty. Nothing really too important there. Here, the meteorite is the big kind of show stealer, right? Low gravity. You have the smoke and the electricity and whatnot to be like, hey, this and this and this. So who knows? Maybe something will happen where the meteorite, the rift, wasn't there another thing? Oh, the orb and the cube maybe all meet together and then boom, right? Like that's it. Like that's where we get how we get the new season because there's no way of explaining like does this just land there? The island itself has not really moved that far. Like it's here, and I doubt that in 3 days it's gonna loop all the way back up here. I mean, I've heard that it started around here, but maybe it did loop all the way back around. I don't know. The meteorite itself is really nothing too exciting. I mean, they have like some weapons and ammo and stuff. You know, if you land here, you can do that. And then the best, I mean, of course, obviously you're not going to have materials, so that's why they have kind of the low gravity thing. So you could just simply jump off and then that's it. Like, there's no redeploy. The reason why I redeploy is because of the the mode that we're playing. But this isn't so bad. I think this was kind of a decent thing. Like, oh yeah, you can land here and blah blah blah. And a lot of people were landing here, but now a lot of people just land in Gotham because Tilted is gone. Ugh, I believe this might have been the second spot to change. First was Tilted, but I think the second spot to change was this one, Retail Row. Now this one, again, it was Mega Mall, and now we got Retail Row back for like the 100th time. No, but the one for this one is, you can tell it's based off Season 6. Because I don't see any spawning. Good. Alright. I say good for that because I don't want zombies to spawn in. But you would come here and then you would see all the different zombies spawning in. That's kind of why it has like a bit of an eerie look to it. You know, and then that music like boom. Right? Because as you would go here to retail, you would have to hurry up and search through everything, and there would be zombies, or the husks, whatever you want to call them, chasing after you. And this is definitely a reference to Season 6, because in Season 6, it started, not even that it just started, like, once it was there, it was there. Like, it was scattered throughout the entire map. Like, it wasn't just, oh, it's only at Retail Row. No, it was everywhere. It was just really spaced out. Retail Row, since it's so small, there's gonna be tons of like zombies coming after you. But since the map is pretty big, it'd be scattered. So like, it would be one up there, and then maybe another all the way over there. Like it was kind of scattered out. So you'd be able to you know, like, shoot it, reload. Once that was destroyed, you can move on to the next one that was like over there. And then of course, just like the Retail Row that we have here, as the circle got smaller, so did the pressure of the zombies and such got bigger, because where would you go? You know? But there was a couple times that I did win. Even when the winter came around and there was There was the winter version of the zombies and stuff. I really did like that mode. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't bring it back this season, making them look like robots or simply just doing robots. um, well, I mean, technically speaking, it is here. The zombies are in retail, bro. But I'm saying like or maybe last season, season 9. Maybe I'm thinking more of that one. I'm just surprised that they didn't bring like the horde, but like as robots and such. So, um, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Moisty Palms. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Moisty Mire, but I don't remember this ever being Palm. Maybe I'm remembering it wrong. Let me look up Moisty Mire and then compare it to what we have here. Alright, yeah, it's pretty much Moisty Mire. I think they just call it Palm because the hotel is there now, when it wasn't. Yes, pretty much. Now entering Paradise. And that's when it became Paradise Palm. Ah, haha. Moisty Mire. Moisty Palm. Paradise Palm. The thing is, like, I feel like it looks better with the swamp stuff, because if you remember, I mean, it's kind of a desert here. I think that came during a summer event. But yeah, this is nice to go through. You know, it's more open. And what I always like to do is dress up as these little flowers. Like, if I was this sign, I feel like I could get away. The only thing that I hate is... Oh, that's how you do it. You aim. I never knew that. I was like, there's no way for me to stop. Boom. That's how you do it. I never knew that. Okay. Well, it's a little late now because this is going to be gone. Like, I don't want to be nothing big. Like, this is a good one to be because you could just be like that. And that's actually how I got one of my victory royales. Check that out at the Zaben Project. It is victory royale number 2. I was originally titling it my victory royales, and then I would number them after. But once I hit the 3rd, I was like, you know what? We're gonna change it. So, oh, okay. Well, it's again, like I said, it's a little late to learn how to freeze because, I mean, one, I don't really go here that often anymore. I play a little less of the Royale, and I play more of the Save the World. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, Moisty Palms, not so bad. Again, I love that it has the prop thing to it, because you could definitely... Let's see what song's sending. I want to know. There we go. Alright. And then lastly, I mean, the cube. I think they said something about, like, one of these riffs just spit it out. Like I said, very much like Marvel's universe. I almost said Marvel's Avengers. Well, it works both ways, I suppose. This, to me, seems a lot like the Reality Stone, or because my reason why it seems a lot like the Reality, why it seems like the Reality Stone, is because this is what spawned up, not just this, but it's what spawned up all the the zombies, the horde. You know, it's got like all that cryptic stuff on it, right? Come on, suck me up. There we go. You can't really see it when you're... Oh, there you go. Yeah, you can kind of just see some of them. Okay. Also kind of reminds me of the Cosmic Cube. I think they call that in Marvel as well. No, they don't. I don't think they do. Do they? I don't know if they call that also in Marvel, but I was gonna say, believe that's what they call it in Transformers, the Cosmic Cube, the thing that, or no, it's the Allspark. My bad. It's called the Allspark because it creates life for the Transformers, and it's awesome. But yeah. So Cube, reason why I see that as reality and why it can work with just time and reality is if somehow this cube and that orb collide, maybe with that meteorite, um, or maybe I didn't think of that, because technically speaking, the rocket that's at Dusty Depot is the rocket that did the rifts, right? All that the Loot Lake thing did was put change a piece of the map out of time. It took Dusty Depot back before it was destroyed by the meteorite, froze the meteorite, but also wasn't the same meteorite. Like everything about this is different. Um, it was a meteorite from another world because obviously the results. Uh, I was right. It was Ernie's. Um, because it's a completely different um like everything about it's just different. So literally just because this exploded sent Jonesy, or you could say that way they just send Jonesy through time and stuff like that. But no, really I think it just like exploded. Jonesy saw everything from previous seasons. I'm still laughing about the banana. And it spat him back, but over here where Dusty Depot is, and it just showed like, hey, we brought Dusty Depot back, but it's not really ours. It's actually from another world, and this is the meteorite. So, yeah, I think this could be time. Bear with me. Dusty Depot has the rocket, which you could say is also time, or maybe space. Time and space, isn't that all mixed with some reality, right? Think about it. No, I'm hoping so. This is my theory. It's just something with the orb, missile, and whoops, I'm looking at the wrong one. And the meteorite, maybe not the meteorite, but the cube, the orb, and the rocket. Three of those together, right? Because the rocket's what made these little rifts. The orb can just spit things out without using a rift, right? So it is possible that it could be time, space, and reality, and then that's somehow I don't know, they all explode or something, and then that's how we get our new Fortnite map. Just theory, just a theory, based off of like comic book stuff, sure, and some of the stuff that we saw from previous seasons of how it kind of works with the orb and whatnot. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I thought this was it wasn't the best season, but it was still a pretty good one. I did like the some of the skins are all right. I mean, I use like the Sparkle Supreme. I think that's the only one I used from this season. But I do want Air Royale to return, and I think, okay, well, I think it might be obvious. We're not going to get Air Royale soon, but it would be interesting to see maybe a new airplane. You know, they could kind of, technically they can just, wow, this goes far, but it doesn't go that far? Okay. Oh, you can do that. This, whoa. That was dope. Okay. Technically speaking, like I said, you can do everything all over again on a new map. Like, if they took a while, they're like, yeah, this is what we want. This would be awesome for everybody. And I think it may or may not, because it said Epic Games did lose some money. And of course, that's what happens to every game studio. You'll have your peak, and then at some point, it's just gonna go down. And then the thing that like, well, at least a game like this, where they keep crossing over and continuing, is you have to put in new things. Like, my bro Joey and I love, well, I'd say maybe just him, but we liked Overwatch. And I don't like Overwatch anymore. Like, I don't know if he still likes Overwatch, but I don't anymore because of the way that they keep changing the heroes. It's kind of at the point where it's like, I don't think we need to change heroes. I think we need to, put in more maps, maybe more game modes. Um, and apparently an Overwatch 2 was supposed to come out, and it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be themed like a PvE, player versus environment, or player versus everybody, something like that. Um, Perfect. And this is kind of last. This one actually was where the other spot was. The where the cube is. That's where this kind of originally was, and it's obviously very different because this is fan made. Um, but before the first crossover that they had with this season was Borderlands. So they had this whole filter for the. Ooh, I didn't even realize that. Wow, he really took his time with this, huh? I was gonna say they really and now I have to wonder, is there gonna be like a Fortnite reference now? Or maybe there was one and we don't know about it yet. I don't know, because I don't have the game Borderlands 3 yet. But and then my bro Joey, oh, it's a fun game, blah blah blah. Played it a couple times. He's not that far leveled up, but he wants to play with somebody. Like, that's his goal there. Claptrap, you're an amazing person. Um, so yeah, so now he's, I guess, not gonna play it until I get it or something, or maybe I don't know. He's weird. Uh, okay. I'm guessing this is supposed to be Claptrap. Put two smaller ones on a throne. That's kind of funny. But yeah, that was pretty much everything. I don't know why I zoomed in. Like, I don't know if you see on the mini map. There's a zoomed in version and there's a zoomed out version. Or no, there's a normal version and then there's a zoomed out version of the same map. It's a little weird. Let's get out of here. But yep, that is pretty much Fortnite Season 10. There's not a lot. Like, again, like I said, if you just play through these and you're just gonna remember them. It's just like a remembrance for previous seasons. Either it be certain spots in the map, certain stipulations for those maps, um, it being previous skins or challenges. There's always something in here to kind of show and represent the previous, or there is something at least, not that there was, well, technically was, right? Once this video is, well, in 3 days, I don't know, it's interesting. At least they do have a list, though. You can kind of sort them out, right? We got the rarity, and I think that's weird. Like, you have two legendary skins, one that you start with and one that you end with, right? Then, wait, complete road trip mission. Oh, I already got that done. So you have these two that are rare, and then you have everybody else, which is these, what, 5? Yeah. You have the other 5, which is just epic? I don't know, I feel like all the good skins are just gonna be an epic now. This is where we got the dark wrap. But where did I get the dark contrail? I'm a little curious because I do have the dark wrap. I have the dark contrail. Does that mean I missed out on the dark skin being the evil version of the bright bomber? Like, is that it, or is there something more? I don't know. Season 10 again, not so bad. I think if you guys really liked it, good for you. I didn't think it was that bad. I didn't think it was that good, but I didn't think it was that bad either. So I got stuff to do today. I don't want to, but I have to go do some cardio. I'm supposed to do 1 mile today. After doing that, I have to go to the office. Wait, today is Wednesday, right? I want to double check. Yes, it is. Okay, so it is Wednesday. So yes, so I do have to go to the office today. Hopefully, I go to the office today with my bro. See if he will talk to some of the recruit. Actually, I could probably cut my cardio in half, write out on a piece of paper or something like, yeah, this is what you should ask when doing military and blah blah blah. Just if my bro is actually thinking about it. I hope nobody actually distracts me from listening and being a part of it, because I want to be able, if again if he wants to at least hear the information retained in anything, um, I should be able to. I'm gonna write it down in the exercise notebook. I'll probably rip it out. Um, I'm gonna, ouch. Um, what I'm gonna do is simply, you know, write down just some questions and stuff like, oh, what is an MOS and what is the best? Like, what do certain ones like blah 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 and this and that? Like, you know, I wish I would have kept the one that I had. You know, when I first arrived to military office, I asked a couple questions like, oh well, if I do this, do I go in with rank? And if I, let's say after that, like, oh, this MOS, let's say like dentist, which is what my bro said he wanted to be. I was like, hey, dentist, does doing that with this help out with the civilian life? Like, um, or what? Or did I ever say that? I feel like I might have asked if there's any jobs that crosses over with civilian life, or I think that might have been what I just said. Like, as you like, if you hear it, you'd be like, yeah, your skills and stuff for civilian life, like this and that. But I don't know. There's a lot of things I want to do. I already said, like, at first I was looking at some like military police, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll do infantry, and then I was like, no, I'll do this. I forgot what it was called, but it was the guys who like work on um the anti-air system or something like that, anti-air defense. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe I'll do this other one. It was something about like helicopters, and then I was like, oh, well, then I went to 25 Romeo, which is all this equipment stuff, which apparently helps with like movie studios. And I was like, dang, there's a lot of options, and that's the best thing about the army is you get to choose your job. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like and subscribe, and don't forget to do the same for the Zaben project, where I do go ahead and edit up videos for you guys. I put up one recently. It's like 11 seconds on the dot. Figured you guys would have liked it. Uh, there we go. Sorry, had a text. Put up like on yesterday I put up an 11 second video for you guys. So hopefully you look into that. That's pretty much it. I don't think there is much to say. It is 10:24 here. So what I'm gonna do is charge up my speaker for a bit. I can't find the charger. We'll play a little bit of... Oh, that's not there. Save the world and such, and there you go. So thank you guys. Goodbye, and as always, stay healthy.